Hi, I'm Caleb,
Hi, I'm Darien.
and we are back with another video talking about our
Party
favorite,
games.
yes, our favorite party games of all time. So these are games that we have played at least once,
Maybe twice.
maybe twice,
Maybe thrice.
maybe thrice, maybe four,
Force.
fours.
Force.
That's so. Or fives. Okay, well, I'm done. I'm sorry. Anyhow, so we are going to. So we each have our own lists. We have 5 each. So our top 5, and then we have some honorable mentions before we get to our number 1. So yeah, so New Year's is coming up, and we all like to have parties, New Year's Eve parties, and maybe this is.
These are some good games to whip out during those parties.
Yeah. So here we go, and I guess do you want to start?
My number 5 is Love Letter.
Love Letter.
Love
That's
Letter.
cool. So we don't know each other's lists, by the way. We have no idea.
Yes. So Love Letter is
That's
a
cool.
little card game. Basically, you guys are passing love letters to the princess.
Well, no, we're actually trying to.
Send love letters to the princess.
Yes, as by playing, I think it's like the certain peoples of like the guards or the priests or whatever are trying to send the letters to the princess or something like that. I forgot. There's a theme.
You're going to have to explain the gameplay. So everyone starts with one random card. And basically in the game, you're drawing a card and you're playing a card. And that's the game. You're going around. You're playing higher cards, hopefully, than other players.
Yeah, it's like there's certain values.
You're trying to get players to get rid of their cards.
Yeah, it's just a simple deduction game.
Yeah, it's
But you don't know what everybody has, but simply as you start eliminating each player's cards,
you kind of start guessing like what that person has.
Yeah, and it does have player elimination, but it's not very long. Like, even at 4 players, like if one person's out, you're not gonna be out for more than like 2 more minutes or less, because like you're just going around really, really quick playing these cards. And what I love doing, because there's these guard cards in it, like, and those are the best ones because you just put it down, say, well, I guess that you have a whatever, and if they have it, then they're out. And it's really fun to just like, it's so easy to teach anybody. But
it's a very quick game that you can just pull out and play. We literally take it on trips with us when we go places. Like that's one of the games that we throw in our bag.
Yeah, it's a perfect one. So
Love Letter.
Awesome. My number 5 is the only word game that I will always be down to play, and you probably know what this is. It is So Clover.
Yeah.
So Clover is So Clover. It's really amazing. I was going to put just one on here, but just one is like a little bit more simplistic. This one's just a little bit more thinky.
A little more complicated.
Sort of. It's really not, but like, so you have this little clover tile. And then
4 little cards with each 4 little square cards.
Yeah,
each end
that you get randomly.
Square. Yeah,
and you have to place them randomly. So after you place them randomly, you have to like correlate like fire truck and ambulance.
So 4...
emergency is the word that you want to write in that little corner of the clover. Yeah, but I mean, it could be anything to like leaf and food. So it's like, how do you make that correlation? That's going to be really hard. Maybe like walnuts, but it's like,
it's fun. It's
it really is
thinking.
Yeah, it's just enough thinking to still make it a party game. And I mean, like I say, every time that we bring it out, we just have the best time.
The greatest time. And everyone loves it. Like new people that we play games with, we just pull it out. And it's really fun.
Yeah. So Clover is my number 5.
All right. You guys ready for my number 4?
I'm ready for your number 4.
It's crazy. You'll never believe it.
What?
It's So
Clover. Wow, right behind you.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what more can I say about it? It's a fun game, and I enjoy it, and it's always just fun to pull out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's our go-to. One of our biggest go-tos.
Yeah, I think also with it. Sorry, I didn't mean to like steal all the thunder there.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to come in and talk.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
it's
fine.
Gonna be mine too.
No, I understand. See, I kind of wanted to be higher, but with word games, it's really hard for me to like.
I think what's higher above it kind of makes sense.
Okay, well, no spoilers, So I mean, So Clever, and the inside jokes always happen.
Yeah.
We have like a few inside jokes with it. Shiny Lake, like
Shiny Lake.
Yeah. It
Shiny
came
Lake
from that.
Is from that.
Yeah. It's just so funny, and it gets you thinking. But the trick is that after you write all that down, it's a cooperative game. So what you're doing is you're flipping those those tiles over and then shuffling
adding
them in.
another one to those.
Yeah, and then having everybody else work out
to try to figure out where they go.
Yeah, so, but the hardest thing is sitting there and watching everybody do it because you're like, no, but you can't say anything.
I love that this was my number 4.
Yeah, but
so clever.
It is a fun game. So clever. All right, on to my number 4. This is a game we actually haven't played in a good bit. But it's probably my favorite lying game, I guess, like bluffing game. And that is Sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, yeah. We used to play every single time people would come over, we would pull that game out.
It is the
And I won every single time.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
That's crazy. I really did. I'm a great liar.
Yeah, so Sheriff of Nottingham, it's pretty simplistic in its nature. So it's, it's Robin Hood themed. Obviously Sheriff of Nottingham. So I think one of the characters is Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes.
The
sheriff is.
Well, yes.
The Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah, no, I meant to say one of the characters is Robin Hood, actually. And then I think there's certain characters within the books. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter. But so everybody is one character, and then you have a little bag. And everybody takes turns being the sheriff.
You're basically trying to smuggle in contraband.
Yeah.
Without getting caught. Because if you get caught, you gotta pay.
Yeah, so you have all these cards, and there's like apples, there's cheese, and whatever.
There's alcohol.
No, it's apples, cheese, chicken, and bread.
Yes, and then there's alcohol in there.
Yeah.
There's like a rare apple in there.
Yeah. It's like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so what you're doing is that you are putting these little cards in your bag, up to 5, and you have to tell the truth about how many you put in there, but you can lie about whatever it is.
Yes.
One of the things have to be a truth. So if it's like 2 apples and a contraband item, you would say, I have 3 apples for you. Mm-hmm. But you can tell the truth. But the fun part is that after you hand that over to the sheriff, they can say, well, I might check your bag or not. And so you have to play the field.
You have the option to try to bribe them.
Yes,
which is where it gets so much more fun. You can bribe them, be like, maybe don't look at that.
Exactly. And you give them coins. And then it's so funny because you have to think about how much you're giving rather than how much you're going to receive if they don't check your bag.
Due to it. So it's a lot of strategy, honestly.
Yeah, no, it is. And then at the end of the game, you're just adding up a crap ton of points and using calculators because there's a lot of points. And it's funny. I mean, we role played a little bit. I'll put an accent on, oh, here we come. Here's a sheriff all around here, and it's just so silly.
Yeah,
and
I love your sheriff voice.
It's great. And then sometimes I'll change it to like this, So
it's
I know, whatever. But no, it's however you want to play it. It's always a fun time. What I do recommend is because the original one is the one that we have. It is out of production. I think it's like $100 It's ridiculous, but there is the new printing,
second edition.
Yeah, second edition, and I think it's like $40-$30.
And apparently, there's something slightly different about it.
Yeah, I think it goes up to 6 players in this one, and then it adds like an extra sheriff or something like that. But we have the expansion for the first one. But one thing that I really like too is that they have a Disney version.
Yes, of actual Disney Robin Hood.
Yes, yeah.
And we want it so
I think
bad.
that's the one that I want to get. Yeah, I mean, if we get one, I think that should be the one. But yeah. So Sheriff of Nottingham had to be in this list, and that is my number 4.
So my number 3 is one that we've actually played recently. I think we played it a couple times now, and every single time, I get stressed, I get excited, and I just have the best time of my life. Yeah. And it is Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay. That is so ridiculous. It's on it. I figured it was going to be. Oh my God. Because lately we have been pulling it out a lot.
It is so fun. And literally, just to have a group of friends to sit around the table and play that game with. Mm-hmm. And it's so simple.
It hurts your hands.
It hurts your hands. Each player gets a deck of cards of their own. And
face down.
Face down.
So you don't know what it is.
And they're supposed to say Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, but it goes around the table.
So everybody gets the one
player will
word.
say taco, one player will say cat, the next will say, goat cheese pizza, whatever. Yeah. And that keeps going. But if you are saying it, and as you throw down the card that matches what you're saying, you have to smack the table.
Yeah, so those are the cards are Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
Yeah, the cards are Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
Yeah, and it's so confusing because you're looking at it, and pizza twice could have two different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
Two different
and then you're
colors.
like, the goat has like a yellow, and you're like, oh, and you have to go fast.
And then
you
there's
have to
these
go real
cards
fast,
that they
throw them
throw
down.
in there. The gorilla, where you gotta like bang on your chest and then smack, or the narwhal, where you gotta smack
you
and
do this,
that,
and then
and
then the groundhog is the
where you're
table,
knocking,
yeah.
and like it's just fun.
It is. It really is. And I'll tell you, it's not that expensive of a game.
No.
And you can pretty much get
and
it anywhere.
It's so small.
Yeah.
You can throw it in your pocket and go down the street. Like it's
Really,
it's so.
It's a good one. I was surprised on like how like when I was learning it, I'm like, okay, it's a card game. I sat there for not even a minute and did it. Then when you teach it, you sit there for like 10 seconds and everybody's got it.
Yeah.
So it's silly fun. It really is. But it is a kind of I don't want to say it's a dexterity game, but in a way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it is a dexterity game because you got to be fast. Because if you're the last person to slap on the table,
you get all those cards back.
Take all the cards
and your
that were
goal
put
is to try to get rid of all your cards.
Yeah. And then you still have to slap at the end. So it's kind of that Uno style of like, you still have to say it and then do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Taco Cat Cheese Pizza. Yeah.
Taco Cat Go Cheese Pizza.
Yep. That is a really good pick, I think. All right, so my number 3. Has revolutionized the way that I see games like this play out. And I think this little mechanic can go into a lot of cool, bigger games.
Oh, God, what is
This is Deception Murder in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Deception Murder in Hong Kong is...
such a good game.
Oh my gosh, it is my... I can't say it's my favorite party game, but like, it really, for a while, it really was.
Yeah.
It really, really was. And
see what your number 1 is.
And so out of the many ones that we have played... this is the one that just opened my mind of like, oh, party games can do this. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit, maybe, it's not that complex, but it's a little bit more thinky than other party games. Just a smidge. Just a smidge, though. It's not very much.
It's honestly what people want Clue to be.
Kind of, but that's more of a Mysterium route.
Yeah, true.
But this one is more of like, I guess so. It's more like Clue... Mm-hmm. Live, like happening right there. Yeah. So like what it is that so one person is the forensic scientist, and then one person is the murderer. Everybody else are detectives, I believe, or investigators. So everybody has these cards laid out. There's 4 clue cards and 4 means cards, and all you're doing at the beginning of the game is everybody's closing their eyes. So the forensic scientist says, "Murder, open your eyes." So out of all the random cards that they have been distributed, they pick 1 means card and 1 clue card. And you've got to be silent about it. And then after you do that, you close your eyes. So the forensic scientist
is chosen at random based on what card you get, and no one knows.
Exactly. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So it's all distributed at the very beginning.
Yes.
Cards of the investigators, and then the murderer, and then the forensic scientist can be chosen. It doesn't really matter about that guy. But anyhow, so the forensic scientist, what they're trying to do is to get everybody to guess the murder. But they can't say a word, so they have these cards, and they could contain it always contains the location, the time of death, I believe, and like a few other and then the cause of death, of course. And then after that, you go through like a few rounds, like I think it's only 2 really, and then you shuffle in new stuff, like new information, like was the body warm, or was it, or was... or
what did the scene look like?
Yes, the scene or the witnesses. Like, it's so fantastic. And you have those like little wooden bullets you put on there. And my gosh, it creates such a story.
Plastic bullets.
No, it's wooden.
They're not.
They are wooden, I swear.
No, they
I
are
promise.
Not.
I swear.
No, they're not.
Guarantee on
they're
my
plastic.
Life. Bet my life.
They're nice plastic.
Bet my life.
Go ahead, bet your life. They are nice plastic. It is wood. Yeah. I legit thought it was really nice plastic.
No.
I was wrong. You were right.
Yep. So, anyhow, what each investigator can do, if you are an investigator, even if you're not, you can pretend to be, which is so fun. Mm-hmm. So everybody's like placing blame. Oh, well, you have this. The loss of blood could be a fish hook or a blade or whatever it might be, or poison, things like that. And so it's such a unique experience because every investigator gets 1 chance to guess who the murderer is. Mm-hmm. But they have to choose the right person, the right clue, and the right means card. And if they don't, then the forensic scientist has to say no or yes. They can't do anything else. It's a yes or a no. So yeah, it's just a really great game. Can't say more about it. I love the stories that it creates. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So that is Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
You will never ever guess what my number 2 is.
It's not Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
No.
Okay. Oh.
And then you know what? I was a little surprised to put this at my number 2, but the more and more I thought about it, yes, this makes sense. You won't expect it, but number 2 is modern art.
Whoa, really? Okay. Yeah, see, that's almost not a party game, but it can be. It can be. The only thing is that I wish it would go up to more players. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. But yeah, I mean, it only goes up to 5. However, you can have a party with 5.
Yeah, you can.
So yeah.
You know?
Okay, that's cool. I wouldn't expect you to pick that one. And
it's a bidding game.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's a bidding.
You're bidding on paintings.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to make the
or
most
an auctioning
money.
Game. Yeah.
Yeah, you're auctioning. You're bidding on paintings. You're trying to get the most paintings to earn the most points due to how many paintings are sold of each painting. It's how many times am I going to say painting? But it's a lot. It's paintings.
Yeah. So every card is just completely different.
Yeah, and it's
gorgeous.
Real art.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful and. It's so fun to just sit there and go around the table all auctioning or bidding at these little paintings.
Yeah. I mean, this game came out in like the 90s, like 96 or something like that. I forgot. But And
I definitely feel like that you think that I don't like it that much.
Yeah, in a way I do. I feel like...
And I knew that you felt that way, but like I really do. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah,
and I love playing it.
It's a fantastic game. I mean, I could literally.
I had one slight bad experience because of how fast it went the first time we played it. Because none of us really cared.
That's true.
But when we played it again, that was it.
Yeah,
I was like, "This is great."
Yeah, that's true. It's a treasure. It really is.
So in the game, you're all different museums.
Yeah.
Basically, all trying to win this art that's either being a silent auction. There's different types of auctions that can happen for you to bid. Different types of ways for you to bid.
Yeah.
So basically, you're trying to bid on these paintings, and
So what's really amazing about it is that every painting has no set value. You set the value. Mm-hmm. That's what's so pivotal about the entire experience and
it's so cool because like the little pieces of it are like 100, right? I mean, 1.
Oh yeah, so all the money token little cardboard pieces.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah. So you could call it 100,000, a million, whatever you want to go for.
You can literally call it 10, 20.
Yeah, just $10, whatever.
Yeah. But basically, you're all bidding on paintings, and so there's different artists' paintings. Mm-hmm. There's how many different artists?
I think there's 5 artists.
I think there's 5 artists, and their paintings are all different. By the time you're bidding, if one artist gets to 5 paintings on the table, it ends that round.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that you count how many cards of each painting there are
that you own.
Painter.
Oh well, Sorry, go ahead.
Let me.
You're fine. I forgot.
Of how many each paintings there are of each painter, and then there's a little board that you go to, and depending on one painter had the most paintings, you get a $20,000 extra.
Yeah, so I think it's like 30, 20, and 10, right?
Yeah, 30, 20, or 10, something like that, and dependent on how many of each. So that's extra bonus points that you'll get because of having those paintings.
Yeah. It's just money that you earn, and then so it's so funny. I think out of all because it's a little deception-y. Like you can kind of because if somebody sets a value really, really high, they just want you to go broke.
Yeah.
They just want you to spend, there's our boy.
Our boy.
He's never in these videos.
This is our son.
Yes. Spot is his name from Star Trek.
He literally is our baby.
Star Trek The Next Generation, which links to my shirt, or my hoodie, LeVar Burton, who is also in Reading Rainbow and Star Trek.
Dad, he doesn't want down.
I know, he's so sweet. He's so sweet.
So it's just really fun, and I enjoy bringing it out because just to sit around and gamble with your friends.
Yeah. It's silly
a great
fun.
time.
Yeah. No, it really is. And Yeah, we call it. Hey man, what's up? So we call it a party game because there's not a big rules overhead. It's really not that hard to grasp.
He's cool.
What's up,
Let him
man?
be in here.
Hey, I love you. What are you doing?
I put that medicine on
Cool.
him.
Yep.
All right, but
cool.
yeah, my number 2, modern art.
Modern, awesome. This is modern art right here. This beautiful cat. God, he's so pretty. He looks so fluffy on the screen.
I know.
What's going
My
on?
son, what are you doing?
Listen, can we
He's
finish
a
the video and
baby.
then we can cuddle?
He's a baby.
Oh no. All right, so that was your number what?
Number 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay. I guess we'll just continue with this little dude right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my number 2 favorite party game of all time. You want to guess?
No.
No? Yeah, I mean, I know there's so many games that we could. Okay, so my number 2 is Monikers.
Nice, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm surprised.
Really?
It's going to be your number 1.
Really? Yeah. So Monikers is the game that probably hits the table the quickest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, or Time's Up. I've heard Time's Up is pretty similar. Never played it, but one's more family friendly. I think the other one's not so family friendly. See you, man. Love you. Love you, man. Bye. All right. So yeah, Monikers is so cool. It is just probably the greatest party game I've ever played. Not my favorite, but just like the one that just can get everybody, including people who don't want to play a game,
who are very drunk too, because we took it to a bar.
Oh man, yeah,
and
dude.
we played it. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. It was great.
Yes, and we don't ever go to bars, so it's like it was
worth it for us.
Yeah, we never go. So we're like,
that's
you know
not
what,
our scene.
It's not. Yeah, so like we're like, well, can we bring something that will like get everybody involved? I'm like, this is the one.
Yeah,
it's always the one. So, but it's so silly.
It's a charades game.
It is pretty much charades. So everybody's broken up into 2 teams, and every person is dealt a hand of 10 cards, and they could be the randomest things in the world, from like Data from Star Trek, or like
is he in there?
It probably is in one of the packages, I'm sure, because there's like different Monikers boxes or whatever. There's like more Monikers. There's whatever. Anyhow, so it's just like Black Panther's in there. There's just so many random things. And you just pick the ones that sound interesting or the ones that you really know. And they have like a full description of what it is. Like Rosa Parks, it'll tell exactly who that is, and it just everything. Yeah, so pretty much you pick 5 out of those 10 that you were dealt, and then the ones that you don't want, you put them back. Then out of everybody's cards,
they all get shuffled together.
One big deck, yeah. Depending on how many players you got, this game can go up to I don't even know. It doesn't matter. I mean, the more the merrier, I think, because it's just shouting and yelling, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
But anyhow, you shuffle the deck, and then one team goes first. One player from that team is going to be the describer. And you just describe. You could read the whole card. You can say however you want to. If it's like, I don't know, Spider-Man, you just say, webs. You can do anything you want. You can do actions, reactions, whatever. And then you wait until somebody shouts from your team that card name or whatever it is. And then it'll, like at the very bottom, it gives you a point or 2. Yeah, it goes from 1 point to 4. 4 is the hard ones to really get. And then once you get it, you go as fast as you can. You all have a minute. You only have a minute. And then once the minute's up, it switches to the other team. And it just keeps going back and forth. Now, the rounds are like this. First round, after the full deck is depleted, it is... You can say whatever you want, just not the word. The second round is words, the second round is 1 word, and the third round is charades with the same deck. So it creates inside jokes almost immediately. It creates these moments that you can't really get in any other game.
Yeah, that progress with you throughout the game too.
It really does, because you're if somebody did like RoboCop, like this and shoot or like whatever, then they know what that's going to be when you get back to that card again. And it's just, and for things that you don't know, like what I love the most is that each team has to pay attention to what the other team's doing, so that you can like kind of piggyback off of what they've tried to do that they didn't guess. And oh man, it's hilarious. I think we've had the most laughable moments with Monikers, and we haven't even played it that many times, but it's Monikers is the one to pull out almost anytime.
Yep.
So, yep. That is my number 2.
We have a few honorable mentions that we both need to talk about before we say our number 1s.
Yes, we sure do.
And some for me are Flux.
Okay.
Love Flux.
Flux
we
is
have
good.
so many different Star Trek versions of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's so silly. I do.
I'm not going to go into detail about it because it is an honorable mention, but it's a card game and it's fun and it's definitely one that I think everyone should play.
I do love Flux too. I love how like the rules can change each time that a card or like a turn goes
As you
around.
play.
It's just frantic fun silliness, really.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That you can never predict what's going to happen.
Yeah. No, Flux is good.
Other one is Captain Sonar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Captain Sonar's in there. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, how could it not be an honorable mention?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Captain Sonar is the adult battleship.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It
It's
really is.
what Battleship was like for kids,
Yeah.
for us as kids, but now we can experience it as adults. That's what it is. And it's fun. And you get to do it with your friends.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one for me is... It's on here, like, as honorable mention because, like, it literally can be played by kids and parents and literally any person can do this game.
Yeah.
Tapple,
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess a certain age range of kids could probably do it.
We could easily play it with our kids.
Yeah, but probably not a time. It would
not
just be...
the time limit, but, like, we could... It can be used. But yeah, Tapple. It can be played by families and friends. And it's a simple word game. You're just going around...
Yeah.
There's a timer, and it's
it's frantic and fast. And
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to bring out. Yeah.
Yep. All right, you're out.
Yeah, cool. So so I have 3 honorable mentions as well. So mine are Codenames.
Yeah.
Codenames is fantastic, and it's even a party game with 2 players because there's Codenames Duet. It's really great. Again, you break off into 2 teams. It's a word game, but you're just it's really cool. It's a really, really cool game, and it's very popular, so I'm sure a lot of people played it. Another one is Skull.
Yes.
Skull is...
Which I've come to love a little bit more.
Yes, you have.
Still not my go-to, but...
Yeah. But pretty much Skull, you just have like all like these little coasters, and that's all the game is coasters. And one is a skull. You have 3 flowers. You're just trying to put them in. It's kind of a press your luck sort of element, bluffing, and you're just trying to eliminate everybody that you can and win by winning challenges. It's so simple. It's really cool.
In my opinion, it's better at more player count.
Yeah, for sure. It has to be. Yeah. And then another one is Rhino Hero. Hero Super Battle.
Dexterity game.
Yeah, best dexterity game, I think. I do like the dexterity games. We don't have a lot of them, so I felt like I needed to kind of throw it in there. So kids can play it. It's so funny and silly. We haven't played it. Like, I would really like to get like another box of it and just add
it
crazy amounts of just start on the floor and then get yeah. So I think that's. I mean, it's like a cooler version of Jenga. Really. So yeah.
A harder version of Jenga, if I do say so.
It really is, because you gotta you can be careful with that. It's so funny.
All right.
Let's get to number 1.
My number 1.
Oh wait.
Are you gonna guess it?
Wait, I will guess, and I'm pretty sure I got it.
What is it?
Is it Camel Up?
Yes.
Is it Camel Up? Okay.
You read my list.
No, I did not. I know how
How
much
did you know?
love that
Okay.
game. Because like out of all party games that we can sit down and enjoy as much as anything else, that's the one.
Yes.
Like that is the one that you just doesn't matter about anything else.
It's about these camels.
It's
You're
so
literally
silly.
it's like betting on like horse racing, except you're betting on camels racing.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 crazy camels that are going backwards that they can first of all, the camels stack on top of each other.
Yes.
And that's
they
amazing.
carry each other.
And they
it's
carry
so
each other
cool.
as they go.
Yeah.
You're all trying to bet on who's going to win, on who's going to be in first place when the round ends. And some are like, you're gambling.
Yeah.
Because like you're trying to get points.
Yeah.
So you'll lose points if you don't.
Yeah, I think you have 1 action that you can do every turn, and there's 4 of them. So the 4 actions would be you either bet on the winner or loser of the entire race. You move the camels by. It's so cool how you do
pyramid.
Yes.
And you push this little button and the die falls out.
It's so cute.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a little toy.
Yeah.
And then you can put your little sponsorship thing on the track to see if your camel will land on it.
Mm-hmm.
If 2 camels land on it, you get 2 points or whatever, and that'll move them up forward or backwards depending on where you put it. And then finally, you take a betting ticket who's going to win that current leg or be in first during the current leg.
By the end of the leg.
Exactly.
Who do you think is going to be in first by the end of the leg?
Yeah. It's like first place is 2 coins, second is 1, and everything else you have to pay.
If you're wrong, it's negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really fun game, and I love it. And the greatest thing even about it is that it's super organized.
Yeah, I do like the inserts.
The best inserts for a game. I love it. I love putting it taking it apart. I love putting it back in there.
Yeah, and when you open it up, it's like there's a palm tree.
Yes.
Just chilling. It's still almost 3D kind of. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, the board is pop up.
It is. It is like a pop up. Yeah.
How can a board game get cooler?
I know.
It's so fun, and it's a party game that literally everyone needs to play.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad I didn't put it on my list. I can't believe this.
I'm surprised and kind of hurt.
Yeah, I think it made a short list. I think it would be number 6.
I have no clue what your number 1 would be.
Yeah.
Captain Sonar.
It is Captain Sonar.
I figured.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's even crazier because we only played it one time. But Captain Sonar, which I believe is out of production, sadly. Maybe they're coming back. Or at the time of this video going out. Anyhow, Captain Sonar is pretty much what you said a second ago. It is Battleship for adults. I will say the only letdown with it is that it kind of has a slight learning curve. Just a slight.
It is slightly complicated, but once you get it,
you're like,
you get it, and you're going, and it's simple, and
it does play best at 4 versus 4.
Yeah.
We had 3 versus 3, and one of us took 2 rolls because everybody gets a certain role and has to work certain functions of your submarine. And so, there's a captain, there's a first mate, there's the engineer, and then the radio operator. And they're all really fun in their own way. But pretty much what you're doing is, the captain's saying north, south, east, or west, right? You're moving one space at a time.
Yeah.
And you can do this in real time where it's more quick. Like the captain's lead.
You have to listen to what the other person's yelling out, where they're going. Like it's actually intense.
It really is because the radio operator has to write down where everybody's going or where the other team is moving to. And then if they drop,
still trying to pay attention to everything else.
Exactly. And then if they drop a mine, they have to listen to where that was. So pretty much what the radio operator has is like this clear little plexi
sheet,
plastic sheet, and they're moving it around. So it's like if you move north to 5 times and then south east and then south or something.
You basically put it on this grid where you think that possible path would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's islands, and if there's islands in the way, they're like, well, they obviously couldn't go this way. So it's just kind of deducing and finding out where the other team is, and then you have torpedoes that you have to shoot out. You have sonar that you can find out where they or the whereabouts of where they could be in certain sectors. So it's so intense. And it's scary, and I love the intensity behind it. And we just played our first time. We did the real not the real time, but
the turn based.
Yes, yeah. So turn by turn, which honestly was still really intense.
It was still really
But and then as you move forward and wherever you're going, your ship starts breaking down slowly, or your sub starts breaking down slowly.
So you gotta resurface, but when you resurface, it gives them the idea, they know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
So they get 3 turns while you wait.
Yeah. Or if you're playing the real time version,
you gotta quickly do this.
Yes. You have to quickly. Everybody on your team has to draw around certain parts of this ship, and then as you
Hand
do this,
to the other team.
Yeah. And make sure that you're in the lines.
Yeah, and hope that you're in the lines, or else you gotta redo it, and they can get closer.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I think that it's so funny that this is my number 1. We only played it once, and not even the real time. So obviously, this one's going to just skyrocket always. I don't know if it'll ever come down. I cannot wait to play it again. I think about it so much. I'm just we got to get it to the table. Let's get 4 people. And even if you have, because the other night we were about to play it with just us two, but that means you have to take over a lot. I mean, that's 4 roles that you have to do. And that's going to be a lot of like, okay, oh gosh, you got to move and do all these things. But I definitely want to try it at 2 players. I think it'd still be fun as heck. It just won't be more hectic and stuff. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's all I gotta say. I don't know. I love Captain Sonar. That's my number 1.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
So much for watching.
Yes.
And we're trying to be a little bit more consistent with our upload times.
It's not going to be weekly, or of us uploading these. But yeah, we
will try to never go longer than 2 weeks though.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we
appreciate you guys,
yes.
and we hope that you will like, subscribe,
Mm-hmm.
and comment. Talk
Yes.
to us. Let us know what you think. Maybe share this to some of your friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and hopefully for New Year's Eve parties, choose some of these games that we recommended. And yeah, I guess we'll see you all next year. And thank you so much. Have a happy New Year, and have a great. And I guess we'll see you.
We'll
and
see you
I guess
next
we'll see you
year.
next year. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.